And one of your star projects again
is the railway. You had a vision, and I saw where it said that it was a 25 years, maybe it probably started from Obasanjo, but you at least brought it to life. And those pictures that I saw of you in different trainings shows a lot your commitments towards saying that we have a network apart from transportation, cars, network of transport going on around Nigeria. That was another brilliant.
Definitely, like you said, and I've mentioned that also. You must have a vision and a plan program for anything. If the government just wake up one day and say, I'm building this railway, without planning, without a vision, you'll end up building rubbish. And the rail transport system is key in any country. You can't claim to have mass transit without rail, because rail carries more people, minimal accident, issues of security are minimal. So a country without a good network of rail system within the cities, the intracity and intercities, then of course you've not started. You can't do mass transit using buses. So we built on what PDP government already started. I remember even when I was the governor of Bayelsa State, there was a time we came to the State House and Obasanjo made a presentation to us about the focus, the rail network that the country have designed. So he had that concept. So every government is supposed to follow that concept. You can adjust it based on, for example, I built 14 new universities. And I told the Minister of Work, for example, that every university must have there must be an access road owned by the federal government to all the federal government universities. We cannot depend on state roads. I told Minister of Water Resources, every university must have water. Power, you must make sure you power this university. So not just that the budget for this must come from Minister of Education, no. And also the transport system, that if a university is close to a rail system, there must be a tee-off for students to travel out and in easily. So those adjustments you can do, because as at the time they had the initial plan, probably maybe no university around the area. But now that the university around the area, then you can always adjust. So we build on what the PDP government already started. And during my time, we were able to refurbish the narrow gauge from the western axis, Lagos to Kano, and eastern axis, Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. We were able to. But they were all railways. They are narrow gauges. You know that time the colonial masters were more interested in evacuating goods to the ports. That's why you have this north-south, from the north to Lagos because of the port, from the north to Port Harcourt because of the port. So we feel that, yes, first let us refurbish them. So that, yes, they are not very good for modern transportation, but our heavy loads, rods, cement, even petroleum products should be carried using this narrow gauge instead of tankers, trailers. If you are driving on the Nigerian roads, it's sad. The number of long vehicles you meet on a daily basis is supposed not to be so, if the rail system has been very well connected. So we did that and started working before I left government. I remember the VP commissioned the one in this Port Harcourt, this eastern wing, Port Harcourt, Maiduguri, and so on. The west axis, Lagos end was also functioning. Lagos to Ibadan and so on. I also rode on that one. But then we also said that we must develop the modern rail system, because you cannot continue with that. Luckily for us, we almost completed the Kaduna-Abuja one, which Nigerians are using today. In fact, 2015, even the minister then said we should commission that project because we had completed it. But I said no. Because when the elections were coming, I said no. I don't believe when I'm doing something, I'm not doing it because of elections. I believe anything I'm doing is for the interest of this country. The day I commissioned that project, if I commission it in the morning, in the evening, Nigerians will start using it. And it was built based on the vision the PDP government already has. And I believe this government will continue